Hey guys, Matteo here and welcome back to a new video. I'm in my new apartment here in Los Angeles and today I'm going to talk about lenses that I use with my Blackmagic Pocket Cinema Camera 4K. So I just want to mention something really quickly before jumping into the lenses. I heard a lot of people like say, oh, but the lens is not that sharp and sharpness is here, sharpness there, talking about sharpness all the time. I don't like sharp glasses, so what you're seeing here is the best combination of lenses for me and for what I do. Let's start with the lens I'm using for filming right now. This is a Voigtlander 17.5mm f/0.95 and it's basically a 35mm equivalent. It's a very nice glass that you can use for interviews and maybe if you have a little bit more like corporate kind of job, or I think the Voigtlander series are perfectly fine for that. So I think if you're looking for something sharp but not too sharp with a little bit of character and a personality, I think the Voigtlander is a sweet spot. It's a good compromise, and the 35mm, you can go closer to the subject and you can get a nice close-up, or you can go further away and you get a decent wide angle. It's very heavy and it's very well built. So you're not gonna have any problem with that. It looks like a very expensive glass. Another cool thing about the Voigtlander is that you can choose if you want to have a clicked aperture or declick it. And so you can just change the aperture very smoothly as well. But keep in mind guys, the Voigtlander doesn't have any autofocus, stabilization, that kind of stuff. It's basically a cinema lens for 4-third sensors and cameras. So let's move on and just talk about this little guy here. This lens, look how small it is. This is on sale on B&H for $139. This is an 8mm f4 from SRMEGI. Probably the cheapest wide angle lens that you can buy for your Pocket 4K. Pretty much a 60mm equivalent. I was never able to get those wide shot with a micro four third camera, but this is nuts, and it gets pretty soft at f4. I think f8 and f16 is like it's pretty much like the perfect spot if you want a sharp looking image. It doesn't have a lot of distortion. You can focus very close, I think like that much. Keep in mind it's gonna be very hard to focus, so you have this little knob here that you can move, but basically, and you can lock it here, but basically what I do, and it gets very tricky on the Pocket 4K because you have the matte box and everything. What I do is I put the lens on, I set up my aperture and I set up my focus, and at that angle and f8 or 16, everything is pretty much in focus. So for like architecture, landscape and that kind of stuff, it's perfect because you don't have to pull any focus. I use it in Mexico a lot. I remember there was like this sunset on the beach and we walked down, me and Karina, and I was following her, kind of like a Lubetsky style kind of movie, and it was so wide. It was like a 16mm, sunsets going down, everything, it was like silhouetting. It was amazing. I had to film a lot of real estate, like the resorts and the room and the lobby, and this is perfect because it gave me the option to actually capture everything into the shot, which is usually very hard with a micro four third camera. But yeah, this is an amazing lens, and for $139 on B&H or $169 on Amazon, you can get a very nice little wide angle, and I highly recommend you this. So let's move on and talk about the next lens. This is a Sigma 24mm f2.8. It's another vintage glass. This is a multi-coated version, made in Japan. Very smooth focus ring, clicked aperture. So I needed something that was more like a real 50. What I really like about this lens though is the macro capability. So you can basically go very close. Again, nothing crazy, under $50, very good lens for a macro shot. And finally, the best lens I probably ever used, except for those expensive cinema glass. That's for sure. But this guy, when you want the little sweet flare, oh my gosh, you have to get the Super Takumar 50mm f1.4. But why I love this lens so much, I think that main thing is probably that lens flare that you get is very nice, and I never seen a flare like that in any other lens. It's the closest thing I've ever seen to a Cook glass. It's very warm and the subject pops up. It gives you that kind of a Cook look. Still, it's under $20 on eBay, so don't expect Cook quality, but it's very close. Every time the sun comes up or it goes down, I put this lens in my pocket, and the amount of like flares and crazy artistic flares and light reflection and the bokeh and everything, it's just amazing. So if you guys want to check this out, it's like I think $100 on eBay. You can easily find it kind of anywhere in any country. And these are basically the lenses that I use with my pocket 4K cinema camera. Again, I love lenses with a little bit of character and personality. This is just me, and this is what I love to shoot, and this is what I like my footage and my clips and my my style to be. So if you guys are interested, I'm gonna put the link in the description below for everything. Even the light I'm using right now is the DNO lighting, but I'm gonna make a video about that. For now, thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.